now.
Pirates Mariners. It is a tie game and a runner on first with one out. You wanted us to look at this play.
Mercado on the ground. Wong, a little flip. Crawford. Did that deflect off the runner? One of the umpires is talking with France and Crawford. Scott is marching out there and has motion to challenge.
You can see Scott Servais saying, I can't challenge that.
Seattle tries to turn a double play, but as the middle infielder throws to first, it deflects off the runner and out of play. The runner doesn't slide, goes directly through the base. Umpires rule the runner out for the force play, but not interference. Servais wants interference, but the umpires say no, so the batter runner gets second base as an award. So while Seattle's broadcast states that
clearly runner interference right here, not getting out of the way, not making an attempt to move out of the throwing path.
Pittsburgh broadcast says,
you see, you don't have to slide.
You don't have to slide.
So
who has it right, Seattle or Pittsburgh? The answer depends on what level you're playing, and we're playing professional baseball. We're going to talk about the difference between the bona fide slide rule and the force play slide rule.
Yeah, you can see Scott Servais frustrated, a little confused as to...
Official Baseball Rule 601J is the bona fide slide rule, and states that if a runner does not engage in a bona fide slide and initiates or attempts to make contact with the fielder for the purpose of breaking up a double play, they should be called for interference. We have talked about the 4 criteria, but here's the secret. You don't actually have to slide on this rule in Major League Baseball. Because this is not a slide, the bona fide slide rule doesn't even apply here. Instead, this is 601A5, retired runner interference. That's the closest rule. Any batter or runner who has just been put out hinders or impedes any following play being made on a runner, but the comment states that if a batter or runner continues to advance after being put out, that is not itself interference. A somewhat similar play occurred in 2014 when a retired runner slid back into first base, thus preventing the first baseman from taking a throw. Umpires no-called it based on the comment to 601A5, and upon Boston's protest to the league office, the league said, "Sorry, Boston, this is a legal play. The runner is allowed to do that, even after being retired, because all he's doing is running the bases, even though he's already out."
There's nothing illegal about running through the bag.
That's a great job of base running by Jack Suwinski.
For this play in this game, Pittsburgh is correct. The runner is allowed to run the bases. Notice he didn't veer into the fielder to try to draw contact, didn't throw his hands up to try to block the ball, just kept running through the base, which even though it's second, you are allowed to do under the comment exception to 601A5. That said, Seattle's point,
clearly runner interference right here. Not getting out of the way, not making an attempt to move out of the throwing path,
would be best suited under college. NC2A rule 8-4A, the force play slide rule, states that on any force play, the runner in the vicinity of the base must slide before the base in a direct line between the base, per that diagram right there. So on this play, that runner would be guilty of violating the force play slide rule for having failed to slide on a force play. That would be a double play in college, but not in professional baseball.
No challenge can happen right now.
That also explains why there's no challenge allowed here. The challenge is only on bona fide slide rule 601J, and there must be a slide in order to challenge. So that's why MLB says can't challenge it. There was no slide in the first place. As for high school, quote, "The runner never has to slide, but if they do slide on a force play, it has to be legal, similar to the college rule." So for this play, college is the only one where you'd have a definitive double play.
Didn't deviate his position, just ran through the bag.
Ran right over the top of the bag.
That's completely legal.
All I can say is that's a tough error.
Oh yeah.